When you think of India, you probably picture a country with these huge, powerful rivers, right? A place that seems to have water in abundance. But what if I told you that managing that very lifeblood is one of the nation's biggest challenges? Well, today, we're going to dive into that paradox.
So this is the central puzzle we're tackling. You've got the Ganges, the Brahmaputra, thousands of rivers crisscrossing the country. So why, with all that water, is everyone talking about water scarcity? It seems like a total contradiction. Let's find out why it isn't.
All right, to solve this paradox, we have to start right at the heart of the problem. And really, it's a classic story of supply and demand. But in this case, the stakes for the country's future couldn't be any higher. And this, right here, lays it out perfectly. It really boils down to this simple but kind of scary imbalance. On one side, you have this nation that's just booming. More people, more cities, more farms, more factories, and they're all thirsty for more water. But on the other side, the supply you have to work with is limited, and it's under a ton of pressure. That fundamental mismatch is what forces a country that looks so rich in water to manage every single drop. Okay, so let's get into the specifics. What exactly is driving this squeeze on water? Well, it turns out there are a bunch of powerful forces all happening at once that make water conservation not just, a nice idea, but an absolute necessity for India. And here's the thing, these aren't just separate problems. They all feed into each other. You have a rising population, which drives the growth of cities and industries. Then, to feed everybody, farming becomes way more intensive, and farming, by the way, is the biggest water user by a long shot. And if that wasn't enough, pollution from all those cities and factories often contaminates the water we do have left, making it unusable. It's this, vicious cycle that puts incredible strain on one resource. So, when you're facing a problem that complex, your solutions have to be just as big and just as ambitious. And that brings us to one of the most important strategies in India's playbook, these massive, large-scale water management projects. So what in the world is a multi-purpose project? Well, it's way more than just a regular dam. It's a whole integrated system that's designed from the get-go to solve a bunch of problems all at once. I mean, think about it. Instead of building one thing for power and another for farming, you engineer one project that does it all. And this is the perfect way to picture it. A multi-purpose project is literally the Swiss Army knife for water management. You don't just get one blade. You get the whole set of tools. You get power generation, irrigation for farms, flood control, and a steady water supply, all packed into one efficient design. It's all about getting the absolute most out of a single river. And the difference between the old way and the new way is just night and day. For decades, a dam might have had one single job, its only purpose was irrigation. That's it. But these multi-purpose projects are built to be holistic solutions right from the start. That integrated thinking is a complete game changer when you're trying to manage so many competing needs for water. Okay, so we get it. They're super versatile. But let's break down what those advantages actually look like for people. How do these massive projects really help meet the country's needs? I mean, just look at all the things one project can do. It provides a steady, reliable source of water for agriculture, which is huge for farmers. At the same time, it's spinning turbines and generating clean electricity for homes and businesses. It helps prevent devastating floods, and it makes sure that our growing cities have the water they need to function. Oh, and on top of all that, the reservoirs themselves can create new jobs in things like tourism and fishing. It's like one investment that pays off in 5 different ways. So let's pull all these threads together. We've looked at the problem, this strange paradox of scarcity in a land of rivers, and we've looked at a really powerful engineered solution. So what's the big picture takeaway for India's water future? And this right here is probably the most important point of all. While these gigantic projects are an incredibly powerful tool for managing the supply of water, they are not a magic bullet. They have to go hand in hand with managing our demand for water. Big engineering alone won't solve it. Conservation, from every single home to every single factory, is still absolutely essential if we want a water-secure future. And all of this leaves us with a really critical question for the future. We've talked about the pressures of today, but as India's economy keeps expanding and its population keeps growing, what happens when that demand side of the scale gets even heavier? Will these mega projects be enough? Or will we need a totally radical shift in how every single one of us thinks about and uses water? A lot to think about. Thanks for joining me.
आज के बिजनेस वर्ल्ड में सिर्फ दिखना काफी नहीं, आपकी पहचान सुनाई भी देनी चाहिए। हर सर्विस की एक कहानी होती है, हर ब्रांड की एक आवाज होती है।
रविकांत आपके ब्रांड को देगा म्यूजिकल पहचान।
अपने ब्रांड को आवाज दो, हर दिल तक एहसास दो। हर ब्रांड बनता है विजन से, हर पहचान बनती है इमोशन से। अब मार्केटिंग नहीं, ब्रांड एक्सपीरियंस बनाइए। रविकांत के साथ आपकी सर्विस सिर्फ दिखेगी नहीं, महसूस भी होगी। नाम आपका, आवाज हमारी, पहचान बनेगी सबसे अलग आपकी। आज हम सिर्फ सर्विस नहीं देते, हम ब्रांड की पहचान बनाते हैं। वो विजन को आवाज मिलती है जब ब्रांड म्यूजिक से जुड़ता है। रविकांत के साथ हर कैंपेन मार्केट में अलग दिखता है। आज के समय में सिर्फ रिज्यूमे बनाना काफी नहीं है। जरूरी है कि लोग आपको समझें, आपकी स्किल्स को जाने और आपकी कहानी सुने। आज सोशल मीडिया पर जो दिखता है वही बिकता है। इसीलिए हम लाए हैं रिज्यूम एक्सप्लेनेशन वीडियो सर्विस, जहां आपका रिज्यूम ये प्रोफेशनल तरीके से ये आसान भाषा में समझाया जाता है। दिखो, इससे बनती है आपकी करियर रेपुटेशन और मजबूत होती है आपकी सोशल रेपुटेशन। जब आप अपना रिज्यूम वीडियो सोशल मीडिया पर शेयर करते हैं तो लोग आपको सिर्फ नाम से नहीं, आपकी काबिलियत से पहचानते हैं। क्योंकि आपकी पहचान मायने रखती है। क्योंकि आपकी पहचान मायने रखती है।